again. I'm now 4 weeks post-surgery. My radiotherapy starts on Monday, and I've been for my pre-assessment for radiotherapy, so I've got to get my arm up and get it into position. So the exercises that I've been doing have really been helpful for that. There have been some times that I get really frustrated, and as you will, if you've got a good range of movement prior to surgery, it can be really frustrating when you get there and post surgery and you think, oh, I'm 2 weeks, 3 weeks down the line now. I've been doing my exercises diligently and I'm still not there. And there are days that you get really frustrated. Push that frustration aside. It doesn't matter. Just keep doing what you can. Listen to your body. Your body will all of a sudden go, oh, brilliant, I can do that now. And don't worry, you will get there. It just takes a little bit of perseverance. So what I will say, the exercises that I'm giving you today, we've got some Tai Chi moves, we've got some Pilates moves, but also it's looking at just giving you variations of things to do. But you know what the key and the best thing to do is you do movements that suit you. Now I find dancing to start with really helps me warm up. So I put a couple of favourite tracks on, 2 or 3 tracks, gives me a little bit of a dance around, gets the whole body moving. I'm not going to subject you to my dancing. If you don't like dancing, just think about just moving the body a little bit to warm up, moving the shoulders a little bit, getting the whole body moving. So lifting the knees, getting the lymph system moving, getting the body moving. Also got an added bonus of giving you those lovely endorphins. So it doesn't matter, as I say, what you do, as long as it's within your range of movement. A little bit of twisting, loosening off the back. It's a lovely way again of just getting the whole body to move. So bending, you're making sure the knees are nice and soft as you twist, so you don't actually cause any issues with the knees. And just get yourself ready to do the moves that are coming up next. The first moves that we're going to look at are a couple of the Tai Chi moves that are on other videos that I've got on my YouTube channel. I use moves from Tai Chi because they are lovely, they flow nicely, and they're just easy to do. So if you're interested in Tai Chi, search out a local class or get some YouTube videos and see how it feels for you. But it's a lovely way of looking after your body, but also post-surgery it's nice and gentle, just to reconnect with the body as well. So the first move I'm going to do is called spreading your wings. Now with this one, we're going to place our feet on the ground, 1 foot in front of the other, still at hip width apart, but 1 foot in front of the other. Now as we come forward, we're going to lift the heel. As we come back, we're going to lift the toe. Now if that's too difficult for you in coordination at the moment with chemo brain, don't worry, just plant the feet there, it's fine. So the first thing we're going to do is actually bring the arms forward. So as you lean forward, you're going to lift that heel if you can, bring the arms forward, take a nice deep breath in as we lean back, opening up the chest, lifting the toe, breathing out as we come forward, breathing in as we come back. So it's a really nice move to open up the chest. And I'll turn around and show it to you from the side in a second. Just one more. Good. And coming to the side, so the feet 1 foot in front of the other, nice and central. Core is engaged to keep your balance. Bring the hands to the front, you lean forward. You can see a lovely angle from shoulder to hip. Lift the heel if you can. Breathe in, come back. Breathe out, come forward. So as you come back, you're opening up through the chest, you're giving yourself a natural stretch from the chest to the tips of fingers, but it's a lovely flow. The next Tai Chi move we're going to do is called twisting waist swinging arms. With this move, we actually place the arms in front of us. So we place the arms in front of us. We're going to draw an elbow back. We're going to follow that with our eyes. We're going to pull the arm up and over as if we're doing a front crawl in swimming. And then we're going to take the arm down, Switch the hands over, draw the elbow back, up and over. This is a lovely stretch. It helps the lymph move, it helps the body and mobilization through the trunk, so the whole of the torso, the shoulder, the hips, the back. It's just a lovely move to get the whole body working and stretching at the same time. So drawing back, looking behind you, bring that arm up and over and back down. The next Tai Chi move is circling arms. It's a great one for mobilising through the shoulders, but it also helps you understand where you are with regards to your overhead reach and the mobility in your shoulder as well. So this one can be done on a smaller basis. So if your mobility isn't that good at the moment, it can be done in a very much smaller move, or it can be done in a bigger move, which is a very much more encompassing move. To start with, we're going to breathe in, bring the arms up, and breathe out as we come down. Now I'm adding a knee bend into this, which is the way we do it in Tai Chi. Breathing in, palms facing, breathing out, palms away. So the smaller move, breathing in, breathing out. So smaller move if that's necessary for you at this moment. Or bigger move, breathing in, palms facing the body, and breathing out, palms facing away. So you can see I'm not fully there with my movement as yet. You can look at the Tai Chi videos. My movement on this one is a lot better in the Tai Chi videos, but the armpit is pulling, and that's absolutely fine. You just work to your range of movement at this moment. If you're having issues with the scar tissue in the centre of the chest, one of the lovely suggestions I had from the physiotherapy department was to utilise a towel. And what we're going to do, we're actually going to lie on this towel. So we're going to roll it up so it's got a nice length, and we're just going to pop it on the centre of a mat or wherever you are, and we're going to lie back on it. So just hold it if you can, or get somebody else to hold it for you. Gently come back, supporting yourself if you can. Again, just letting anybody else help you if you can. But all I want you to do is just make sure that your bottom is on the mat, so you're not going to roll off. That the towel is in the centre of the spine, but what you're really going to concentrate on is how it actually feels around this sternum, so the centre part of the chest. So I've been doing this now for about a week and a half because I was having real issues with the centre of the chest here. So even just by lying here and letting your shoulders drop to the mat, that actually helps open up where the scarring starts on that mastectomy, and really stretches without actually causing too much issue. So just adjust yourself so you can feel the stretch. If this is enough for you, keep it at that, but also think about how I can actually move. So can I bring my elbows out a little bit further, because that will just increase the intensity of the stretch just here. So if you do one side alone, that will increase it. If you do both sides, it will really intensify it. So just bring the arms up, drop the elbows out to the side, and once you feel that stretch starting to come in that centre part of the chest, let it just sit there. Count to 20, let it relax. Use your breathing to help it relax as well. Keep your head looking upwards so we're not causing any issues to the neck or the spine. And just allow it to gently relax out, and you'll feel that stretch come in through that point where the scar tissue starts on that mastectomy site. So it's a lovely way of getting that stretch where you can do it in a nice relaxing way. Get some music on, chill out to it, use your breathing to help. So we're going to do some floor work. We're going to do some easy moves to start with, and then we're going to do the harder moves when you're ready. So the easy moves are there, they're great for a warm-up, and then when you feel ready you can do the more advanced moves as well. So coming down onto the ground, making sure that your shoulder blades connect, your hips are nice and square, you bend those legs just to protect the back a little bit, and allow yourself to relax onto the floor. So if you've had surgery and you're just about to go to radiotherapy, you're going to need to get your arm above the head. So a great way of actually testing this is to actually just see how far the arm will go. And this is before our warm up. So we're just going to test it. How far does it go before the warm up, before it starts feeling a little bit tight? And this is about it for me at the moment. Then that's pre-warm up. So I know I can get further than that after we've done some of the basic exercises. So basic exercises. When we're looking at range of movement and mobility, we want to actually do it without causing any pain. So we want to start off with some little circles. So my hand is just on my rib cage. So this will raise the shoulders, bring the elbows into a circle. It's just a nice gentle way of opening up through the chest and warming the shoulders up a little. So the hands are staying on the rib cage, giving you a sense of connection through the body as well, and allowing that to sit and wait. So what you'll find when you're doing any exercises on the floor is, because we've got the torso fixed to the floor, we can't compensate. So it's a great way of making sure that we are concentrating on where we should be concentrating, which is the chest and the shoulder and the armpit. So we're going to start off, and we're going to start off with one side only. So I want you to take whichever your good side is, and you're going to take it up towards the ceiling, and you're going to bend the elbow and try and get that arm straight from shoulder to elbow, still with the hand facing up to the ceiling, and pick it up. Drop it down, pick it up. So the reason you're starting on your good side is to see how it feels on your normal side. Now we're going to do exactly the same on the other side. So you're going to pick the arm up, bring it down. So it's not very warm yet, as you can tell. I can't get that elbow down to the floor quite yet. Oh, there it goes. So it's only taken a couple of moves, but it's not causing any pain. It's causing a stretch in the centre of the chest, but it is not causing any pain. So it's a great way of just testing it. Now, to test it a little bit more, this will actually stretch it a little bit more when we incorporate both arms. So both hands are going up to the ceiling, palms are facing inwards. I'm going to drop the elbows out. So again, because I'm using both arms, that's just made it a little bit harder for the elbow to come down to the floor. So a couple more, see if we can get there. There it is. So it's fine, it's causing a stretch, but it's not causing any pain. So we can just manage that exercise, getting arm out to the side. Now, because we have managed to get it out to the side, I'm just going to drop this hand back in, because we're going to demonstrate on good side again. So good side, we're going to drop the arm back down above our head and back up to ceiling. So fingers pointing to ceiling and then fingers pointing overhead. You're keeping that elbow in a straight line from the shoulder and coming back down. So let's try that again on the side that has had surgery. So we're going to very gently test it. Woohoo, that's a lot different to the other side. Gently allowing it to open up. Use your breathing to help you as well. So if you actually breathe in and then breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So we're getting a little bit further each time we do it. And then when you get to a position that you think, actually, that's a nice stretch, see if you can just gently hold it there and do 3 nice deep breaths. And as you can see, with those 3 deep breaths, without any movement, the arm has gradually just elongated its stretch through the armpit. So very gently bring that back up. You can give it a little bit of a rub to say thank you. Any of these movements, it's great to get touch coming in, because it's lovely just to be able to touch your body and say thank you. Another exercise that you can do which really helps with the overhead reach, and this is to start with rather than when you're a little bit more advanced, we're going to bring the elbows into the side of the rib cage. So a little bit of robot hands, fingertips are up to the ceiling. I'm going to start with my good side first. We're going to bring the arm up and over and tap just above the head and bring it down. Up and over, tap behind the head, bring it down. So again, you can use your breathing to help with this. So breathing in as you come back to centre, breathing out as you come above the head. Now we're going to try the surgical side and tap. You can see it's not quite there yet, so use that breathing to your advantage. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Now we're going to try both sides and see if the good side can demonstrate to the other side just how it can be done. Nearly there. There we are. So we've got the touch. It took a few goes, but it just shows that you can get that stretch, and you can encourage, as long as you don't go into pain, you can get that range of movement. Really good. It's handy to have some tools when you're doing any rehab exercises. I use a yoga strap quite a lot to help me with the exercises, but if you don't have a yoga strap, a good old-fashioned dressing gown tie, that can do it. It's a lot softer as well, so I'm actually going to use this one today, so I'm just going to pop that one to the side. The way to use this is to actually help guide the arm down for that overhead reach, and it will just help because your opposite arm, or the arm that's functioning really well, will really help you with this. So we're just going to lie down with our knees bent so we can protect our back. We're going to hold on to the dressing gown cord so that the dressing gown cord is about hip width. So if you can get your thumbs to the side of your hips, then you've got the cord at the right position for yourself. So all I want you to do is see how far you can come up and lower. Coming up and lower. So we're going to test it a little bit more now. So if that's comfortable, just coming up to ceiling height, so you can wave at the ceiling, then what I want you to try and do now is gently bring the arm over. Remember, your other side, your good side, can help. So hold on to the dressing gown cord and just gently let those arms come down. When you start to feel the stretch, acknowledge it and think, how does that feel? Is it painful? If it isn't painful but it's just stretching, that's absolutely fine. So just allow it to come down a little bit further. Feel where that stretch is. Again, does it feel painful or is it just a stretch? So if you're coming up the pain scale at all, just acknowledge it and think, now, how does that feel now? Is that a little bit too much for me at the moment? And if it is, just bring the arms back down, place the cord down, give them a little bit of a circle, in and out, just to say thank you and acknowledge that I've listened, I've stopped. I'm just going to try it again now. So I'm going to put my hands back into the position that they were, so we know we've got the similar width between the arms. And we're going to very gently bring that over again, see how it feels, keep checking in. How does it feel in the centre of the chest? How does it feel in the armpit? And when that stretch just feels a little bit too much and it's getting a little bit too painful again, just bring it in. But what you'll see is each time you'll get that little bit further, because what you're doing is you're signaling to the brain that you're listening. So your brain's going, oh, thanks, I've been heard, so I'm going to think about giving you a little bit more leeway and allowing you to give a little bit more movement into the shoulder. So it's a good way of keeping the progress going, but not having to stop each time you do hit that pain point. But just be aware, if it becomes too painful, you stop completely. So we're going to do some advanced moves now. These will have longer limb, so we'll use the whole of the limb whilst we're doing it, and they are a little bit harder. So if you find these too hard, start back with the basic moves so we can get the range of movement, and then advance onto these when you're ready. This has taken me nearly 4 weeks to get to this stage, and I'm still not 100% yet. So don't chastise yourself. Don't think, oh my gosh, it's rubbish. I've had lots of tears and tantrums over this because I know I should be able to do it, and it's really frustrating. But you have to take every day as it comes, and some days will be good and some days will be rubbish. So we're going to start off with a nice simple basic move first. So again, we're going to come back down onto the floor, knees are bent, shoulders and hips are nice and square. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take the long limbs up, so the whole of the arm is coming up. Now this is your overhead reach. Now this one is so difficult to do when you first had surgery, so hence the fact we do the bent one first. So I'm going to do it with my good side. Let's see how it feels. So again, checking in how it feels. And my shoulders are pretty rubbish, to be fair. So it's quite good I can get that over. So when we're looking at this now, we are coming back very gently. And remember, you can use a yoga strap or a dressing gown cord to actually help with this by controlling with the other hand. But we want to try and do this today on our own and see how it feels. So we know that very gently it's coming back. It's a lot more difficult than when it's bent because we've got a lot more stretch on it. Now, what I'm going to suggest, and this is when I usually put music on and it distracts me enough to do it, is we're going to bring the arms down, we're going to bring one arm up and let it come down. And actually just distract our brain a little bit with a rhythm. So we can just gently get the extra stretch in, but we've got a nice rhythm going with the arms, and you'll be surprised on how much more that gives you when you're stretching. So we're going to go back, we're going to allow the good side to rest, and we're going to concentrate gently on stretching this other side. So again, we're going to use our breathing out as we stretch, breathing in as we come to center. If you can, hold it for a little while, let it settle into that stretch. If it causes you pain, bring it back out, relax it down, give it a little bit of a rub, and just see how it feels again as you bring it over. And just gently use your breathing to allow it to stretch. Nice and gentle. And then bring it back up again. So again, just use a little bit of healing hands, allowing it to gently relax. this also gets you used to your body as it is now. So don't be afraid of scar tissue. Don't be afraid of the massive great scar that's on your chest. It's there for a reason. It's there to help your health. So just give it a rewarding touch and feel. I know it's quite hard for some people to do that, but the sooner you get used to what's happened to your body and you acknowledge it and you say, no, that's been done for a good reason, so we need to actually look after it, the better it is. So the better it is for the scar site, the better it is for the mobility through the shoulder and the arm and the chest. So take your time with it, be happy with it. That's all I can suggest. Next move we're going to do is a crucifix. So the arms are going to be coming out to the side. We're going to have palms facing into the centre. We've done this with a bent elbow in the basic moves, but we're going to do the more advanced one now. So I'm just going to take this arm out of the way so you can see the good side coming down and out to the side. Again, straight line from shoulder to elbow to wrist and back up and down and back up. Okay, so we're going to do it with the affected side and down and back up. So I can start to feel that stretch coming into the centre of the chest, and I know I'm just going to take this really nice and slowly. Again, use your breathing to distract your brain and allow the arm to come out and down. We've got touchdown, yay! And out. So we're going to do it with both arms because that does stretch even more when we use both arms. And back to centre. So we're actually working the muscles as well as stretching the muscles because we are using a strengthening move because our arms are long. So just be aware that you're working the muscles as well as stretching them here. And relax it down and out and allow that stretch. Use your breathing. Allow that stretch just to settle. 3 nice deep breaths in and out. And bring the arms back to centre. Another really good thing to do once you've managed to get your arms out into crucifix is to actually do a Pilates move called a knee drop. And the reason that I'm adding this in is because we've got a covering over our muscles, which is called myofascia, and that is head to toe. So, and it really helps. If we stretch the myofascia, it really helps to work the scar site, but also it'll help our back, it'll help our core. It just gets everything a little bit looser. So it allows everything to stretch a little bit more appropriately, and we can get a fuller range of movement from that as well. So we're going to take the arms out to the side, and all you're going to do is very gently just test. So going the opposite way from your good side, drop the knees down to the side. Now keeping the shoulders firmly attached to the mat, trying to keep those arms out as much as you can. But just see how far you can go on your good side. So the knees drop down from the opposite. So it's a lovely stretch across the body, up to the armpit and the shoulder, down across the hip, into the knee, and back to centre. Now going down onto the other side, see how far it feels, and you'll feel the stretch coming from knee to hip to shoulder, all the way across the chest. So it's a lovely stretch to do. It gets the whole of the body involved, and it's a really good way of just getting the whole body to work with you as well. So we're not just concentrating on one area. So what we can do to advance this, we can actually lengthen the leg. So we're going to drop the knees down to the side. We're going to keep these shoulders on the floor, and we're going to keep the head looking up for now. We're going to raise the leg, lift it up and drop it over. So again, not lifting these shoulders, making sure there's a lovely stretch coming through. If that's too much, bend the leg keep the foot by the other knee. And then come back to centre. So dropping the knees down, extend the leg. So on this side, I can't get anywhere near as far as I could on the other side. So that leg is up off the floor. So if that's too much, just bend so that the foot can connect with the bottom leg. And then come back in. So again, use your breathing on this. Breathing in to come to centre, breathing out to come down, and lengthen and hold. That's a lovely stretch. It's quite easy on this side. And then come back to centre. Knees drop down. Breathing out, lengthen that leg if you can. So again, just seeing how it feels. If there's any pain at all, just reduce the exercise back down to its basic form and then come back to centre. A dressing gown cord is a really useful tool because your good side can actually help the side that's recovering with some movements. So the first movement we're going to do is quite a hard movement, and we're going to take our arms, if we can, up above our head. So you'll notice that I've still got a little bit of a bend in this arm. I'm not quite sure how far up it'll go, but we're just going to test it. So if we want to start with an easy one, we've got arms bent. As you can see, they're out from the shoulders, and we're just going to very gently draw down either side, as if we were waving a flag or a scarf at a football match. Very much old days, waving scarves at football matches. There we go. Good work. Again, with this dressing gown cord, there are different movements that we can do. To actually encourage the arm up, we can actually lift the arm, encouraged by the other side, and drop it down again. So we'll just do that from the side, lifting up and dropping down. Now, because the good side is doing equal amount of work, there's tension between the two hands. As we do it, we're going to lift and lower, just making sure you don't compensate by arching the back, but just lifting and lowering, keeping the hands at hip width apart, lift and lower, lift and lower. So you can see the difference on each side. So the surgery side is a little bit harder to come up, but it's being encouraged by the other side. So that range of movement is there. Another mobility exercise with the cord. I'm going to be turning around and showing you what I'm going to do. But basically what I want you to do is actually to bring the cord around the back. So you've got the cord around your back. If you can, bring the good side up first. We're going to very gently hold on, have some tension between top hand and bottom hand. Hold on to that, and top hand is going to pull up and release. Pull up and release. So this is just helping with range of movement. And we're going to try the other side. So taking your time, can you bring that hand up? Turn it around, hold on. Get the tension right between the two parts of the dressing gown cord. Lift up and lower. Lift up and lower. So this movement not only gives you range of movement for your good side, so this side, but also helps stretch just through the tricep and into the armpit. So it gives it a nice little stretch there as well. It's time to get a little bit creative. So what we're going to do is look at different ranges of movement that we do on day-to-day life to see how far we've come from week 1 through to week 4. So remember things like reaching back and getting the seatbelt. So are we able to do that now? And there may be a little bit of tension in the chest, there may be a little bit of tension through to the armpit and through the shoulder, but just asking yourself, no, actually that's okay, I can do that one. How does it feel to reach up to the ceiling? Can I overhead reach? Always a little bit of stiffness there, but it's a lot better. So from week 1, where we got to about here, to now where we're almost back to our original position, which is great. It's stiff, it's not there, it's not 100%, but it's getting there. So can we bring our elbows out? Circling, how does that feel? Can we bring them forward? How does that feel? Can we bring the arms in together? Now, week 1, I really struggled with this one, which caused some frustration, I can tell you, because it was the one I thought would be really simple. So they're all great. So can we reach up behind our back? So allowing yourself the range of movement. It's now better. I can actually scratch between my shoulder blades now, which is great, because when we started off, I could only get to bra strap level. But now I can get up between the shoulder blades. And all this takes time. Tears, tantrums, all of it. It all takes time. But go at your own pace. Do your own things. And the best thing about it, chuck some music on. Dance away. Allow yourself some freedom of movement. If it's just dancing and wriggling through the arms, doing a little bit of swinging, don't care. Just get the movement going. Reaching up. See if you can do a bit of Saturday Night Fever. Anything you think of to get you moving, just do it. Have fun with it. That's the easiest way of getting you moving. Stopping the frustration is just having fun. I hope these videos have helped you. I do really appreciate you watching them, and I wish you the best for the rest of your treatment plan, for your recovery, and hopefully you'll connect with me. Send me any comments that you want to, and if you need any more help, I will endeavour to help you as much as I can. Thank you very much.